All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel, and I'm bringing you the Spring Championship Singapore Open Finals. Game number 2 in the upper bracket finals between Relics and Sage Gaming. So that was a pretty interesting first game. Of course, you still see the power of the ETC Turanda. Very much tried and tested, and it is the staple here regardless. Teams got to always be careful of this standard drafting technique, and you have to always plan around that Uther Divine Shield Mosh Pit because that works so well. And the early game also considers Tyrannus. Trinity plays Tyrannus to perfect T. Awesome Sentinel. Not just the Lunar Flare, but the Sentinel is just really, really good as well. For all of you guys who are wondering who's Trinity and Murder, and I mentioned these other guys, Zace as well, who consistently perform very well in the monthly leaderboards in NA because that's the home region of Southeast Asia, the Americas. We were put into the same list, so this guy they play a lot, and trust me, it's not easy for Southeast Asian to be on that list. It is, and they're always on top, like top 10. Recently, January, I think it's just Zace and Mur that's top 1 and 2. But yep, we're now going into game number 2. The draft is ready, so here we go. Sage once again picking up the battleground, and it's gonna be Infernal Shrines, Relics now. First pick and ban. They ban out the ETC. Sage banning out Zagara, and an instant first pick Rhaegar. Never thought this day would come back, but it's going to be a Rhaegar first pick. I like that a lot. Kilthas, Murden getting picked up as well. Now ETC going to be worried if they want to pick up the Tyrande here for Relics. There is a Rhaegar. Don't think Rhaegar is going to be a Bloodlust version. There's just too much that's on the line for both teams to really risk it and go all out and play an unconventional Rhaegar Bloodlust comp. So Relics now with 2 more picks. It could be a Tyrande going in. Could also be the Jaina. So regardless of what it is, I'm thinking that it has to be a damage dealer. Would also be awesome if they can pick up a warrior. But if they really want to just get their Johanna, I'm okay if they don't pick up the Johanna right here because don't think that Sage is going to ban out Johanna anyway. Infernal Shrines, don't see that coming. So Jaina getting picked up here, probably going to be played by Oni again. Rhaegar getting picked up will be probably for Musica. He is playing as the EHMC account that you saw just now because he has been locked out on his own account. And that is a Vietnamese that's playing in Singapore in circuit. So huge props to him for flying all the way here. It is an offline event for the Nationals and he's already here. So says a lot about his commitment. Now, if it's going to be Greymane, I think that should be pretty okay. Greymane, Jaina, both of which I would say have got a pretty good synergy going on. So yes, it's going to be Greymane, Jaina once again. But this time around what's different is that they don't have enough damage. Greymane went Executioner, like straight out unorthodox Executioner. So I'm really just interested to see how that's going to work out. Sage looking for a possible Gal ban. In case you guys are wondering, yes, we play Cho'Gall in Southeast Asia. It's not that surprising. It's not that surprising. So they ban out Cho'Gall once again, no Cho'Gall, and the Tyrande getting banned out. So Sage will not get a Tyrande. It's been a dream for them. Unfortunately, it will not go through. They have the Kilthas Murden to worry about, so that's pretty okay. In my opinion, I don't think that they really needed to pick Kilthas so early on. I think that they could have gone for Tyrande Murden straight off. Would have been a little bit of a better draft. Kilthas, Li Ming. I'm thinking both of them are pretty much even, so you can still pick one of 2 of it in the later stage. Here, Sage is being left with 2 more picks before they hand it over back to Relics, and it should be a support as well as a damage dealer. I'm thinking Li Ming has to get picked up here. Li Ming still unbanned. Oh, but nope, it's going to be the Melee Assassin Thrall, so they're shifting things up a little bit, a notch right now. Relics, considering if they want to pick up the Li Ming. They got Greymane, Jaina, Rhaegar, 1 more warrior and 1 Li Ming, and I think it's going to be good enough. They don't have a secondary support, but I think it's still okay. With just solo Rhaegar heals against a solo Uther, definitely prefer to have the Rhaegar. All right, so it's going to be a Johanna warrior. That's a very standard pickup on Johanna. Meanwhile, last pick here, I am hoping they go for Li Ming because Li Ming is just going to be a 3 range damage position for them to adopt, which is really good. Jaina, Greymane, they already do a lot of objective clearing, so Li Ming, just go for the heroes. Tassadar's also fantastic. Tassadar provides vision, Tassadar also fulfills the range criteria, also supports. So it's 2 support on the set of relics right now. Sage, got quite a few options really. Most obvious one for me would be a Li Ming. The other one that I can worry about is going for another range damage dealer of other sorts, like a Rainer. All this kind of stuff should still work. But they don't have enough of a support. Yep, Lunara is also pretty good. The problem here is that they only have 1 Uther to support. Up against dual support, they cannot afford to take sustain comms. So when that happens, you're gonna really have to dive. And I think it is not gonna be easy, but if Thrall can do it, you guys can do it. Thrall has got good sustain, Lunara, backline pokes. Relics, man, they know they can win this. They've already done 1 game. As long as they win 1 more, they go straight through to the grand finals of today's tournament. And so much closer to walking home with the grand prize of representing Singapore a 2nd time in a C regional. Southeast Asian regional, that is. Sage. Revenant just doing whatever he can to prove a point. He mentioned before that the team is still new. He's not ready to win this season, but he's going to do his best to really just throw a wrench into Relic's plans, because he used to be from the team and they don't have huge animosity, but they do have some rivalry going on. Yeah. So waiting for the rest of Relics to join up in the lobby before we kickstart game number 2. But still no updates on the lower bracket. Okay, we'll bring you those updates when we get it. The ENHC Meyer account is being used by Musica, and he is going to be playing on this team. He is the 5th member of Relics, in case you guys are wondering. Seems like the team is able to perform pretty well, pretty decently against Sage. And I would say fundamentally Sage threw that game. Like, I feel that the last fight was a big problem. They were kind of split. They were going in from 2 different sides. And most importantly, despite him being 2 different sides, they were not able to keep Li Ming safe. A lot of you guys are shocked that they were able to lose a game with Rhaegar and Li Ming, and yeah, me too, man. Me too. I thought that I would have been a pretty easy game for Sage, but okay, so Infernal Shrines it is, and up against 2 support. They do have sustain in the form of Thrall's self-sustenance. You can look at it that way. Uther has got the Divine Shield, Protective Shield, and Holy Light. He's going to be one target, pretty much healed up. Kel'Thas, maybe looking at Backdraft, maybe looking at just going for Arcane Barrier. Lunara is pretty squishy, so you want to be very careful when you're playing as Lunara. Okay, this may just go back all the way to basics, and Sage versus Relics here, game number 2. So once they're in the lobby, we'll be ready to start the game. But waiting for that. In terms of drafting superiority, I would still say the Relics have got a bit of an edge. Yeah, I like that dual support 3 range comp idea. I think it's good. They also get Rhaegar, which is fantastic. There's also no Li Ming on the side of Sage, so they maybe they just don't want to play Li Ming. I mean, Derp had a chance of playing Li Ming just now, and you don't see a lot of damage coming out of Li Ming. It's like pretty much still okay. Like, you don't see Li Ming winning just because she's there. And that is, I think, basically could be because Derp didn't really train much on his Li Ming. Or it could just be he's very comfortable on heroes like Kel'Thas and the like. Okay, so Thrall probably going to be played by Revenant. They got Lunara, Kilthus as well. It's a lot of DOT damage, really. And that's just really going to be fun to poke against, whether it's Greymane or Johanna. Rhaegar probably going for Spree Walker as well as an abundance or rather, Lightning Shield. We'll see how this works out. But guys, game number 2, loading up right now. We are talking Relics and Sage. If Relics wins this next game, they go through to the grand finals. Sage, they need to win this and the next one before they can win from the upper bracket to advance into the grand finals. On the blue team, we got ourselves here Sage Gaming. And Syke gonna be playing as the Murden, Ravenin onto the Thrall. Hyrene will be playing as Lunara, Nelra onto the Uther, last but not least Derp will be playing as Kilthas. And on the red team, we got Relics. Myr will be playing as the Johanna. Zace onto Greymane. Musica playing as Rhaegar. Trinity will be playing as Jaina. Oni will be playing as Tassadar. So this is gonna be a pretty close series. I mean, if you look at the composition on both sides, they do have a lot of damage. Jaina and Greymane, there's a lot of work, but Jaina and Greymane, man, that is a synergy that is pretty much sick to see. You already could see that we are going for nature's natural's perspective. Rolling Thunder, Conjurer's Pursuit, Reverberation, Mana Addict. On the side here for Relics, looks like it's going to be Conjurer, Electric Charge, Nighthawk Spawn, Perfect Aim, Conjurers once again. And that's about it. So, no kills whatsoever. They split sides. They go back to their respective lanes. Thrall seems like he's going to the top lane. Oni's there already. Some form of, I think, lightning charge going out. Chain lightning, actually. Doing some form of damage against Oni. Oni's going to be okay. Now mid lane, it seems like rotation is going to go down once again. Lunara with the Wisp just basically spawning there and going to be able to provide some form of vision. Musica with a bit of a feral launch, a bit of a damage. Syke goes in for a lockdown. They're doing a lot of damage against Rhaegar. Rhaegar should be looking to tap the well to my bottom lane. Derp is going to take the fall there. Pretty easy rotation coming from Trinity, Zace, and Myr. The core 3 members of Relics. And Ravenin now, top lane, solo against Oni. Oni actually gonna be playing as Tassadar. We got Trinity onto Jaina instead. So we'll have to see how that's gonna work out. Trying to activate in just about 10 seconds. And that will be spawning in the mid lane. Probably gonna be a fight here. Trinity getting a bit out of position, but the stumble does not connect. And Derp now a little bit of trouble. Syke has to doff toss back out. Will be able to jump out in the nick of time. Zace goes in. A good amount of range damage there. Hyrene unfortunately not able to do much of anything. Flame Strike connecting on the back line a little bit once again. And they're all just basically chilling right now. And level 4 reached by both sides. It is going to be Snowstorm for Jaina once again. Spree Walker's Grace for the Rhaegar. Loss of hope for Johanna. There's also that draw overflow for Greymane. Last but not least, mental acuity. And that's going to be for Tassadar. And they're all just dancing once again. A bit of a lead here for Relics 23 against Ed. And Ravenin going for the lockdown against Musica. Trinity now trying to do some form of damage, but not going to do much of anything against Thrall. Thrall at below 50% mana. Going to be very careful if he continues to try on his aggression. Syke taking a lot of damage, a lot of poke coming in here from Oni, from Zace, from Trinity. They're all just chipping away the HP of Sage right now. 34 against 19. Probably going to be an easy Punisher for Relics. They surge ahead once again. 38, and they are just basically going back to the lanes respectively. Myr picks up the Punisher. It's going to be Arcane Punisher. It's going to plow down in mid lane. And okay, a nice jump over the wall. Good bait right there. Nelra going to be fine. Musica doing some form of damage. Gets hoisted up to the air by Gravity Lapse. And the Punisher will finally go down. But some form of damage against the blue team already. Jaina against Kilthus. Classic love story, really. No comments there. This is why you don't want a piece of an ex-girlfriend. So we have got, I think, Skybound Wisp, or is it Dividing Wisp? Nimble Wisp. Okay, that's gonna give a bit more vision. Right, the Lightning coming in. Boundless Conviction as well as Thunder Burn and Nether Wind. And on the side here for Relics, yep, like I said just now, very much the standard build on everyone, nothing too surprising. Gonna be the same Gilnean cocktail build for Greymane. And Oni gonna be fine in the mid lane, just defending the Goat Brothers a little bit. Shouldn't be able to hold this round for long. And they will have to pull back after that. Hyrene. Oh man, unfortunately, Noxious Blossom didn't connect there. Myrrh and Trinity picking up the camp at the bottom area will also be able to pull back out. And that said, level 7 is hit by both sides. Looks like it is going to be the Frostwolf's Grace coming in. That's going to help keep Thrall sustain a little bit better. Splintered Spear coming in instead of Cruel Spores. Okay, that's interesting. Wave of Light. Piercing Bolt, Fusion Bomb. Now this one here basically, next basic attack can hit 3 enemies. And they also apply Nature's Toxin. A very good range, you could say AoE split damage kind of a position for Lunara to pick up, but I don't like it. I kind of like Cruel Spores a little bit more because of the inherent burst potential that it does provide. Blizzard, 2 counts connecting on Derp. Lunara going down. Trinity with the plays there. Somehow still able to pick off the Lunara. So Relics with 1 full level lead. And the Shrine probably going to activate itself at the top lane right here. Zace is going to be here. Does have some time. But no, man. Sage, this game, pretty far behind. Like, 1 full level going in favor for Relics. Sage, you're going to need a lot more than this. And they also try their best to go to the top lane area. Noxious Blossom connecting as well, doing some form of damage. But already 20, half of the Guardian count done for Relics. Sage, they are just not interested to take this fight. Cone of Cold connecting on Psych. Myrrh with the Shield Glare, that's about it. Not able to do anything more than that. Myrrh taking a lot of beating actually, pulling back out once again. But 38, I think it's going to be 40 there. There we go. They also get a full level lead, so Relic's probably going to hit level 10 first. Punisher should be able to push down the top lane pretty easily. It's only a frozen Punisher, but the fort should not stand if they push along with this Punisher. So we have to see how this is going to work out. Punisher goes in for a stun on Murden. Murden going to be fine. The bait out going to be successful, but the fort somehow still standing. Mid lane though, Thrall a little bit of trouble. Revenant with a bit of a trouble there as well as a great, well, questionable false wall, but still great Blizzard Shield connecting there, locking down on Revenant. Could have been a kill if not for the false wall. And that's it. Punisher only dealing about 40% of HP on this top fort. And Myrrh spotting on Psych there, a bit of a lockdown. Reverberation being used as well as the Thunderclap that inherently has to come with it. Revenant mid lane mounting up. Top lane still, the fight's going to go on. Psych with a bit of a zone in. The fort probably going to go down without much of a contest there. And you can see Hyrene going in to do some extra DOT damage against Myrrh. Revenant missing the Pharaoh Spirit. Myrrh going to be okay. And that seems like a very questionable Sundering. But Music are going to be okay. Psych taking a lot of damage. Myrrh wants to go in right now. Gravity Lab's not connecting the backline as well. Flame Strike missing. A lot of the skill shots missing terribly. Derp going down. Derp goes down. Divine Shield on a really weird target there. Should have been used on Derp instead. But still a good try. Gilnean Cocktail connecting the backline, doing a lot of damage. This fort is right for the taking. Relics picks it up. A lot of mechanical misplays on the side here for Sage. But looks like Relics probably going to have a pretty easy time to get level 13 first. And they all just once again rotating. Sage now 1.5 level down. Very hard for them to come back in here. It's not impossible, but they need to start winning fights, and you cannot win fights if you don't pick off targets like that. It's like the Jaina was right there, right for the taking, but Sundering was a little bit questionable. The Pharaoh Spirit didn't connect. The correct way would have been use Sundering first and then use Pharaoh Spirit. Water Elemental going to be available in just about a few seconds. And Hurrying channeling up this area, well, just clearing up the Guardians pretty easily with the Noxious Blossom. You want Trinity, Musica, they're all just doing a bit of rotation down to the bottom area. Lunara going to pull back out. The Go Brothers just pushing a mid lane. And we also got Go Brothers just taking down the tower in the bottom area. Should be pretty easy to take one down. Now, Musica going to waste a lot of time here. It seems like Sykes able to pick up most of that Guardians there. Lane Strike connecting on just Myr. And both sides just taking it really slow. There goes the Phoenix. This is pretty aggressive. Coming out already. The Blessed Shield connecting as well as the Divine Shield to buy some time. But is there going to be enough? Psych taking a lot of damage down to about 50% HP. That Knem connecting, pulling him back in again. Water Elemental not going to do much. Psych there. Force pop. The Avatar will still go down at the end. Zay is going in to pick off at the end of the day. It's just a gray main going for the throat. And that's about it. Greymaid no longer has got burst, but they already level 13, and they just need 7 more. Lunara doing whatever she can, but 3 more for Relics before they pick up this. They're still trying to buy a lot of time here, but don't think they're able to do that. Trinity with Cone of Cold not connecting again, and we still see the Punisher getting baited past the wall as well. That's about it. Still about half a level, 1.5 level lead for Relics, still maintaining consistency here. Relics pushing whatever they can. Psych back into the fight here. 2-man stun going down against Revenant and Psych, and Murden's going to be fine. Phoenix comes back out, a bit of a stun on the front line. That's about it, not able to do anything more than that. And once again, a rotation back out of the bottom area. They're all going to be pretty fine, actually. Top 4's already gone, but still you see the 1.5 full level lead here for Relics. And Revenant's team Sage, man, they're gonna have to find a better story. Looks like Hyrine's doing whatever he can on the aggression there. Should be able to pick up the Bruiser Cam pretty easily, and here they need the level 13 before they pick the fight. Myr, Blessed Shield does not connect. Nice stumble, does connect beautifully. Also gonna see the Iron Skin getting popped out there quickly, but it seems like Myr is not able to sustain. Revenant gets bursted down. Trinity with the flank on the side doing a lot of work there. Zay is going in with a bit of the Erasure swipes as well as the Dark Flight, but not able to do anything more than that. Psych, they're upping a lot of HP. Bit of a lockdown as well. Derp does not. Gravity Levels does finally have it. There goes the range damage against Zay, but Zay still alive. Finally goes down at the end. Trinity now not able to do anything. Musica trying to play an aggressive, make an aggressive play there, but not able to do much at the end of it. Level 13 against 15, and we're looking at Relics still very convincing lead right here. For Sage, they gonna have to find a better plan. So they all pulling back once again. Trinity knocking on the bottom area, probably gonna be able to pick up this minions pretty easily. They may actually get level 16 before the next shrines, and that would really just be hard for Sage to deal with. Playing from behind right now, they just need to win a good fight, and they haven't really won a fight yet just now. No Divine Shield, no Avatar. Tricky position for them to be in. About just 10 seconds before they have Water Elemental as well as go for the throat back up. It's going to be a top shrine. So they can try and buy as much time, but they're not able to get level 16 because of that. So this would be a top lane push regardless. Now Zay's doing whatever he can in that area, but does not have allies in the vicinity. Zay's in a little bit of a weird position to be in. Now goes in for a stun. This is going to be a lockdown though. Zay's going to be fine behind the wall. It seems like Sundering may actually go in. The shield comes back out, but Zay is getting healed back up to almost safety levels right there. Gilnean Cocktail coming back out once again. Myr there, landing up on the Blessed Shield. Not getting anything. There goes the Ancestral, and it seems like Zay is ready for a fight. Very, very tricky position for Sage to pull off that kind of a kill, but they don't have all 5 members on the side of Relics, and they're still able to hold off the front. Level 16 has been reached by Relics. Sage gonna have to do a lot more than that. The burst is not convincing enough. They have about 12 Guardian count and still going on. Psych goes in. Here comes the flank. Myr does not have that Blessed Shield, but Trinity is gonna be in the vicinity. A 3-man Blizzard connecting. Derp actually gonna go down first. Zaze goes in. Omnum kills up the Kel'Thas. Also, Psyche gonna be in a little bit of trouble there. It seems like Naura is the next target to go down. That's the healer. But they're all still holding up the front as much as possible. Revenant not able to do anything in that instance. Psyche now dropping a lot of HP. Lunara doing a lot of DOT. There goes yet another extra stun onto Lunara. Lunara will take the fall. 4 men down. Thornwood Viner not doing enough. And they probably will be able to pick off the front structures here in the top lane. Relics looking ready to pick up this victory here. And for the team, Sage, they still don't have level 16. 2 full level lead now for Relics. And Derp, a little bit of trouble. Nice grab left to keep himself safe. Trinity have to pull back. Psyche doing whatever he can once again. Nalra with the very nice Holy Radiance, that's about it, but the whole team just respawn. And this is where they probably want to try and put up a fight against the Punisher. Still no level 16 for Sage. And Relics already 17, almost 18, borderline 18 there. They finally pick up the level 16 talent. And it looks like Psyche's ready for a fight. We still see an Arcane Barrier as well as the Benediction coming in here. It's a huge level for Sage level 16. Blizzard connecting multiple targets, Revenant taking a lot of unnecessary damage in the front line now. Not going to see much of anything coming out from the Feral Spirit. But 34 against 7, and they still don't have an angle to go in. Put up a fight here. This is going to be Punisher for Relics. They still pick it up pretty easily. And Sage gonna have to do whatever they can right now. Yeah, just picking up the camps, pulling back. And still no Punisher. Relics playing this very smart, going back home to get a full HP and mana back up first before committing to go into the Punisher and top lane push. They know they're gonna need it. Trinity trying to play very safe. Oh, Stumble does not connect. Moments like this, you have to go up toss first. Two waves of Blizzard connecting with Psyche, very nicely timed by Trinity. The Goat Brother is going to die there, and Trinity probably going to be able to clear up the remaining ones on the back line. Still 39 though. Relics may be dragging this to level 20 to win it. But Sage, they are still very, very far behind. More than 2 levels behind right now. And Relics, is it going to be time for the Punisher? They're still deciding. Only gets spotted out. Stumbled from Psyche does not connect. They're a little bit of trouble there, having to pull back out. Mur not connecting with the Gravity Labs. A bit of a 2-man stun on the front line. Mur and the Sundering connecting on the back line there. They really just want to go in against the Greymane, but there goes the Essential Link. Zace is going to be fine. And there goes the Blaster Shoot to buy some space. Flame Strike not really connecting. Mur taking a lot of DOT damage right now. Trinity with the flank against Nalra. Nalra taking way too much damage. Psyche now in a bit of a trouble. Double sustain going on once again. Psyche dropping. Psyche does go down. Zace goes in, picks up the kill. Didn't even use the Heroic just yet, so he still has go for the throat actually. No wait, he did use go for the throat, but still has got the 3-1. And a Feral Spirit connecting onto Zace there. Revenant gonna be fine. And again, Trinity with the flank. Hyrene dropping so much HP. Derp probably going down. Derp will be gone. Hyrene now, next target. Zace looking for the Gilnean Cocktail. Should be enough for a kill there. Nope, did not connect. Unfortunately, it missed. Revenant now looking to run away, but unfortunately not able to do anything in that instance. Will go down. 3 men down on the side of Sage. Relics level 20. Could be game here. Finally picks up the Arcane Punisher. And it also picks up the Keep, probably able to take down the Healing Well. It's gone. This could be the game-ending moment. Lunara taking so much damage. Hyrene does not even stand a chance. There's Psyche respawning. Nalra now buying some time, but all 5 members still up and alive on the side of Relics. Sage on the flip side needs that level 20, but nowhere to be found in about 10 seconds before we see Kel'Thas back out. 15 before Thrall. 50 before Muradin. This is going to be game. They know it. Relics now knocking on the core. Core down to 50% and maybe even more. And it seems like it's going to be game. Punisher still 100% knocking on the core. And the core will go down. Relics goes on. to the grand finals, and Sage will have to go and play the redemption race in the lower bracket. This is not good at all for the team. They still have got some time to figure out for today what is the main mistake here and how they can break this team. But Relics so far convincing 2-0 victories over Sage. And 15-1, the amount of kills here. Very, very convincing. 51. Looks like Relics just got the better plan. We're going to pull out the replay. And looks like it is going to be a pretty interesting one. Look at this one. Sykes all the way in front. The heal's coming back out. Nyara does not have enough sustain against 2 support. They just cannot afford to take it slow, but they really like to do so. Zaze goes in, Derp taking a bit of a damage, and that small little bait back out to the front. Musica with a lot of slow going down, Hyrene taking so much more damage. Derp finally still going back down, and Trinity just with the flank there. Hyrene should have died here, but Revenant paid, that's fine. I think they're happy to kill Revenant regardless, and that's it. You know, this is the epitome of getting mauled by a bear. Except it's a wolf, it's not a bear, and it's not the movie of Flooming, it's your own defeat. But we're now going for a short break, and we'll be back once again with the next series. I do believe it's going to be a lower bracket best of 1 game. This is Babel, and this is the Singapore Open Finals. We'll be back, just lower bracket games, so sit tight, stay tuned, and see you guys soon. TC goes in and Rosh Big connects on 3 targets. Tranquility trying to keep up the team alive, but he may not be. Now there goes Johanna also going down. We also got that Jaina gone. Right now, 5 members pushing down the mid lane. They've just found whatever space that they needed. Big plays there by Shin. ETC Moshpit connecting on 3 targets. Pretty effective. Chumming unfortunately does not have the ability to close the gap there with the Ancient Spear. This moment is the moment they've been waiting for the entire game.